Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the Feral figure from Marvel Legends. Feral is a weird member of the X-Force team. If you don't know about her, she's basically like a werewolf type mutant, and she comes like on the heels of, Wolfsbane, I think. Wolfsbane from Excalibur, maybe? Is that right? I can't remember what team Wolfsbane is in, but I think it's Excalibur. But anyways, maybe that's a later version of Excalibur. But honestly, not big on the X-Men series, Excalibur, X-Force, X-Factor. I read some X-Factor for their early issues, but the version of X-Factor that I read, honestly, might be the later version of X-Factor, but anyways, with Strong Guy, so I think it's probably the later version. But anyways, without further ado, let's get Feral out of the packaging. She is a colorful figure, and this is part of the mini comic wave. So we do get this little dinky comic that comes with her. It's kind of ridiculous, but I did have this comic as a teenager. Young teenager. I think it was a reprint, I think, and it came in a bag of old style comics, but came with maybe two comics that were kind of interesting and one comic that nobody wanted. It was just a way to get rid of old comics that nobody wanted. But anyways, this thing is pretty nicely printed. You got Cannonball, is it Warpath, I think? Shatterstar, one of the stupidest characters ever, in my opinion. Wolfsbane, Boom Boom, and Cable. Okay, and Boom Boom is basically a ripoff of Jubilee, as far as I can remember. But I might be wrong. Maybe Jubilee came second. But anyways, the Feral figure was one that a lot of people were waiting a long time on, because it was the only missing member of the X-Force original team. But let's take a look at this figure. So for accessories, sorry, she's not going to stand. For accessories, we have this, in addition to the comic, we have these amazing little tiny fists. They do appear to have sharpened thumbs. So they do appear to be like cat people type thumbs, but that's all you're getting for accessories. I don't think that Feral really had any weapons usually in the comic, from what I can remember. Cable had tons of guns, but I don't think Feral really had any guns. So this is what she looks like. For the Marvel Legends team, this is rather risky. I'm surprised that they did it, but we all know they have kind of an aversion to cleavage or showing that part of the body. So they often try to do something to hide it or change it anyway. But yeah, for this one, they actually went all out, and you can actually see the details on the figure. But anyways, let's take a look at this ridiculously crazy head sculpt. It does look like her from the comics, and she can pose well for being a very agile character. She can look basically straight up, so you can do those jumping poses, and she can also look straight down. So at least the head articulation is pretty good. It is on a ball and hinge, so if you're not liking that, you're probably not going to like this. But they did manage to give her some attitude, but it is kind of a serious lollipop situation where she's got this giant gap. But as far as her other articulation, her arms will go all the way around, but this does interfere with it a little bit, but this doesn't fit super tight. Her arms will hinge up that far. She has a bicep cut. She's got double jointed pinless elbows that will get you that far, so very far. That's satisfactory. Okay, her oh sorry, her both of her wrists hinge horizontally, so it's probably better for cat people. Both of her fists also hinge horizontally. I just checked, so okay. And her torso is on a dumbbell joint. You can see inside there, that's a giant gap, but that will give you a little bit of range, but it feels like the range is quite limited compared to what we might expect for this situation. God, that's gappy. The back is wide open too. I'm not sure why they designed it that way, but maybe because they're very bad at designing that type of system. I'm sorry, I was wrong. This is not a dumbbell joint. This is just clearly where it's like stuck in, so that top part has no posability. Oh man, they did a bad job for that. Okay, I don't know if we can modify it to be better, but it looks like it's going to be really gappy one way or another. Okay, she has no torso twist, waist cut. Her legs will kick up that far. If you go out to the side, not really anymore. Okay, she can do the splits that far, which is not great, but they like taking agile characters and kind of handicapping them, so it's kind of strange. Her double jointed pinless knees will get you back that far, and her ankles, she's got no boot cut, but her ankles don't swivel, but she does have the hinge back all the way, the hinge forward quite a bit, and she does have ankle pivot. So, but yeah, this figure is pretty disappointing. She's got a minimum amount of fur detail on here. I hope you can see that. Even though it's in focus, it's very hard to see because of the lighting. But if I get it closer, let's see if I can make this. Maybe you can see it better now. Yeah, you should be able to see it better now. Sorry, the lighting is hard for this figure. It's kind of the color doesn't want to focus. But anyway, a missing member of X-Force that many people wanted for a long time. I don't know if most people are going to be happy with this figure because she does have a lot of problems, but hopefully fills the gap and makes some people happy. Whoops, focus on her. Okay, I went and posed her and I still didn't take a measurement. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see how tall this lady is real quick. I don't know anything about where this feral character comes from. Is she American, Canadian, British, Irish? Put her like this. Okay, if I remember right, she is a creation of old Rob Liefeld, but I'm not positive. Not absolutely sure. Okay, she stands at 6 and almost 6.25. No, sorry, 6.5. But that is to the top of her big crest. So, sorry, I was looking at the wrong side here. 6 and almost a half, so just shy of a half. About 16.3 centimeters, maybe. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Do you like Feral? Do you think she's kind of a cheap ripoff character? I always felt like Boom Boom and Feral were ripoff characters, but I don't know. Boom Boom might precede Jubilee. Feral might precede Wolfsbane, but I really don't think so on that one. So, but anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments section, and we'll see you in the next video. F Ice, F the Supreme Court. Bye for now.